Hello there everyone and welcome back. We have my invasion ship ready, my transport ship is built, and we are ready to conquer some Krynn worlds. And if we're lucky enough, we can actually get to conquering their homeworld, but I think that's going to take a little more effort, it's safe to say. Oh, and I did apply the new shuttle there, but I completely forgot to put it on the bottom. No matter, I can fix that easily in post, so not a huge issue. And with it taking only 8 turns to build, I think I am content with building one of them. Actually, 8 turns is not too terribly long. How much is it going to cost? Wow, I could buy it right away if I so wish. I probably don't need to do that, but the sooner I can get the better, so I'll probably let a few turns go by before I could resort to actually straight up just building it. And the Kry'klon fleet is going to be a bit of an issue. Good thing I'm not at war with them, and good thing they hopefully don't care about me. And I have a starbase built. What just happened? Oh, that's what I just made so my ships can push forward. So what do I want? Huh, I don't actually have a lot of options here. So I might as well just stick with perimeter scanner for now. But I have another module and I don't know what to spend it on. Maybe a military ring might be useful. I would question it, but I gotta put something into it, I guess. Make it a little bit hard to take out, if nothing else. So I'll just leave these ships here. I don't think... Yeah, they're just building more construction ships, so I don't think the Krynn are much of a threat. And what I have to worry about here is the Iconians pushing against me there. Although with them lacking a troop transport ship, I think it's safe to say I don't believe they're going to actually go to war with me or anything. Because they can't really attack anything, due to the fact the majority of my ships are not even in the area. Besides a handful of scout ships, which I'm going to move over there to kind of just keep an eye on things. And the Iridians, I'm just going to roam around into your territory a bit. Hopefully don't mind too much. Although, I'm sure they're not happy about it. Now, there is a constructor built, but I don't see it. It's just high in the shipyard for now, so once it decides to poke its head out, then I'll grab it and hopefully salvage it for the cause. And what was this? Okay, this is a Kry'klon ship. So I can ignore that. I gotta pay very close attention to the fact, well, keep an eye out, make sure that I know which is the Krynn ship and which is the Kry'klon's. But of course, if I were ever to click on it, it'll ask if I want to declare war, so I should not have to worry about that. Unless I get too aggressive or too hasty. So, definitely gotta be careful of that. Not that it's a problem. I shouldn't have to worry. The Kry'klon are my own creation. They would not betray their master, will they? Their creator? I wonder, does that make me a Dreadlord? I don't really understand what the lore is, and what is this? Oh, I just encountered a neutral race. Or a minor faction. I was wondering what that was. But yeah, since I create the Kry'klons as I did the Eztrak, does that make me a Dreadlord? I think they were involved with the creation of some of the races. Probably more of the benevolent ones, but then again, I don't quite understand the lore. I haven't really bothered to read into it, so I could be entirely wrong. So forgive me on that. Nonetheless, I create the Kry'klons, I gave them life, and I completely ignored the fact that there was a constructor for me to kill, damn it. I got distracted by my own little paradox, my enjoyment of power, reveling at the fact that I am a god. Potentially. At least in this game. And they want tech, and I'm not going to do that. And what is this? This is Sante, right? Oops, I right-clicked when I didn't mean to. What territory is this? No, it's Arcanians. Interesting. Oh. Yeah, I thought they were more of a yellowish, but then again, I guess this is... No, it's more of a gray. The yellowish is kind of the Iridians. I actually wasn't paying attention to the Arcanians in general, so I thought they had a different border color. Oh, well, there's like 2 new races in here, and I have no idea what to really expect from them. Aside from one is can potentially be an aggressive race, and I don't know what the Taurians are like. I don't think there's as much of a threat as the Arcanians might. We'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, how's construction coming here? 5 more turns. I think I could safely rush that. Because what, 30 income a turn? I'm going to get that back relatively quickly. Now, what the hell is this survey ship doing? What is it doing, and should I take it out? Which of course means going back to war with the Iconians, which, considering how well mobilized they are with small ships and their massive surplus of production, which is now starting to drop interestingly enough, I don't know if that's a good idea. And speaking of production, the Krynn's production hasn't really changed at all, but they have a crap ton of research though, compared to my feeble little 2727. At least the Krynn look a little more reasonable. They just got a lot more influence as well though. Not that that really matters. Not that that's really going to help them any, but still. I am looking forward to capturing that homeworld at some point, if it's at all possible, and see what the hell they're doing. Oh, first transport ship. We're ready to go to war, I guess. Now let's max this out. A lot of population is going to be taken off the homeworld, unfortunately. But it's going to be enough, and I do have the hospital there to help with the growth, to repopulate itself, so that's not a huge issue. And it wasn't even maxed out to begin with, apparently. So let's have a look at this thing. It just looks like a giant barge, doesn't it? Nothing too exciting. But with its mobility and 2 transport modules worth of infantry, it should be able to take one of them. Maybe, if I don't need, well, 5.5. If my troops are strong enough, maybe I could take out both of them. But the only issue there is they have full approval. They have 100% approval, and that's going to help with the defense a little bit, I think. So I don't think it's happening. And let's see, now they have 2 constructors there. Yeah, 1 popped out. And this time I'm going to snipe that thing. And what is that? Okay, that's another Firefly. We don't have to worry about that. And, oh. Wow. Oh, what? Wait, what? The Kry'klons already have an invasion ship, and they have a lot of Fireflies. Oh well, their trait was they love war. They're gonna conquer the galaxy, right? We have a common enemy. They like me because I'm fighting the Krynn for them. Well, if it helps with relations there, then I'm fine with it. Oh, and they're also at war with them. I didn't realize. Oh, a lot of people are at war right now. The Iconians are actually fighting the Salins, which I think the Salins are going to get their ass beat, unless they have cheating production as well, which interestingly enough they do. And let's see, this planet here doesn't have as much, but they could probably hold themselves off relatively well. The only difference is Sanctum is also supporting their shipyards, so we could potentially outproduce, if at least a little bit. So I'm going to have to see about doing something about that down the road. And this thing has 5 movement, so it's going to take it a couple turns to get there, but I look forward to expanding my reach. Because the Krynn doesn't look like they're going to do anything about it. And I guess the Kry'klons are actually going to try and conquer one of these planets. This is interesting. The first race I've seen be so aggressive is my own race. I wonder why that is. I'm curious why. I figured the dragon would be the most aggressive right now. Mind you, I have not been paying much attention to him, but still. I think the dragon would be going to war, sending invasion ships and be at war with other races, but apparently they're not at the moment. So, I'm going to have to keep an eye on the Kry'klons, because later on down the road they are going to potentially be a threat, especially since our territories are going to be clashing with each other relatively soon. As soon as we start taking the territory of the Krynn. And I think we're likely going to have our first victim. Hell, I do want to make another transport ship so I can get that ready to hopefully conquer the homeworld. Because I think Kry'sak Gamma is going to get conquered by the... Kry'sak Gamma is going to get conquered by the Kry'klons, I'm willing to bet. There's a strong likeliness, and it has, which means I have to be quick to grab the homeworld so I could benefit the most. And then when I get a chance, I can get Tychramon, however the hell you pronounce it there. Still, it's going to take what? 5 turns? Yeah, 4 more turns there, so it's still going to be a little bit of a wait. And I think these scouts should check out what the Dragon are up to. And also I need to keep tabs on the war efforts with the Sailans and the Iconians. And thankfully I have a scout ship there to do that. It seems Iconian survey ships are nowhere nearby, and that's not going to contribute to the war effort, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Let's see, and I got the adaptive farm now for the side plants at least, because Aurora is not going to be maxed out anytime soon, so I wonder, does that mean should I focus on increasing my hospital some more? It would take 8 turns to do, and it gives a passive growth. Maybe I should, because I'm about to get another transport ship, so it doesn't hurt. I just need... There's just no way for that shipyard to kind of connect with the other plants, I don't think. Unless I decide to move it. Can I unanchor and that won't risk ruining the construction? Is it going to give me a warning? Okay, so what I'm going to do is try micromanaging this once every turn, so that hopefully doesn't ruin the production any. And then I can slowly start moving it, at least to Crux 3. I don't have to worry about Ren, I think, because it's not much of a production world. But at least with Crux it should help a little bit maybe. It's just still a trade, so I think that enhances my marketing some, so that's generous of them. Not that I care so much. Let's see, I got a trade post. Oh, this is specifically for trade, and I don't really care for that too much, unfortunately. I was really hoping that would enhance my market centers, so what the humans gave me is pretty pointless. So like I said, micromanaging the shipyard, so that way I don't waste, hopefully, any of the production. And I will have to keep an eye on how the decay works as soon as I start pushing past 5 hexes or whatever the range is, until the decay starts taking effect. To make sure I have a nice balance at least. So 3 more turns till the invasion arrives. And oh, they have fireflies defending the plant right now, so I don't know where the hell the other fireflies went unless they lost them. So let's see, just to be sure, can I move this into the planet and not get it shot down? That's something I should probably check on before I commit too much with the infantry ship. Because if it has access to fighter drones, then I'm going to need to protect with something. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, Crux built its own shipyard. Never mind that thought. I completely forgot it was building its own shipyard. Well, it allows me to multitask if nothing else, so I still kind of would like to move this slowly over to Crux so it's within reach maybe to benefit from its population. That's the only thing I can think of, but apparently, why do I have 2 adaptive farms? Oh, I didn't see that one up on top. And that's going to enhance the population, which I'm okay with. Now, what's going on in the Iconian Thalen border? Fireflies versus whatever the hell the Iconians are fielding, which probably is not a whole lot, because of the war I had against the Iconians, they managed to build up their military fleet ahead of time, where the Salans I don't think had that much incentive. So they're gonna get a lot of their ships sniped one at a time, because the Iconians are gonna do what I wasn't willing to do. So they're gonna be a threat later on down the road, and let's see, oh, this is a Crux shipyard. So I think I want to just keep building up my forces, and I would love to get an extra missile launcher on this raider before I start mobilizing it, because otherwise it's just a weaker harasser, I feel. Because the missiles do the same damage, just to 1. It fires slower, but it does have better range. Not much of range, but it does fire slower. So I don't know if that evens it out. Okay, planet's undefended. That's all I need to know. And it will probably be invaded soon. Wow. The Kry'klon are not waiting. I may have to get ballsy here. What I'm gonna do is try to blockade the path to this planet and hope that slows them down enough for my own invasion ship to arrive. I don't need to go to war with him, I just gotta make it harder for him to actually steal the planet from me. But damn, the Kry'klon are well mobilized. That I gotta say for sure. I don't know if I should give him credit or not. Either way, I am worried about their potential. So, let me optimize my movement to actually build a wall. We're building ourselves a mobile Great Wall of China. Keep the invaders out, so that way I can hopefully benefit by taking it behind it. Of course, I am letting these shapers roam free, which I kind of... Whoa! They just straight up took the homeworld. That I was not expecting. I guess the approval doesn't really mean much. And yeah, they have horrible defending power. Maybe I should have gone after the homeworld. If I realized that, I could have probably stalled. Because now I got an inferior plan and the Kry'klon got a massive power surge there, swinging power. And thankfully, this is already kind of established towards production. Not the prettiest setup because of the low amount of hexes available to it. But it's better than nothing. So now, I gotta be mindful that the Kry'klon are not gonna be happy with me. And I'm also suffering from potentially being culture flipped, so I gotta be careful. And I need the production, really. Because I'm assuming the Kry'klon have a massive amount of production as well. Kind of like the Iconians did. I'm just gonna need to find our homeworld to be sure. And there's no way I can grab this planet, can I? Well, I can rush. I can at least rush one, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in time. Because they already got an invasion ship out with 4 mobility. So I think the wall strategy is going to have to be implemented up here. Speaking of which, yeah. Let me start moving this over and getting this ready. We're going to have to try unconventional tactics, folks, to try and benefit from what's going on here. Yeesh, and the Iconians are incredibly mobilized. Wow, why is... I hate the fact that they have so much production. And you figured I would have at least some respectable production myself. But no. Wow. Iconians are like massive amount of production. Well, it drops tremendously for some reason, but I think I'm going to spare Aurora some of its population, because with what I just learned of the Krynn, trying to take that planet, 3 population should be more than enough to grab that. Hell, if anything, that planet population is overcapped. Yeah, damn it, I don't have my invasion ship either with its 2 troop modules, so that's a shame. I kind of figured it would work like the construction ships modules, where it would just get rid of one of them at a time. Either way, let me try and grab a free constructor if I could. Perfect. That's what I like to see. It's better than nothing, I'll take it. And let's see, what kind of class worlds is? Only class 6. It's not much, but a production ring will help. Ooh, and apparently they're surrounded by asteroid belts, so that'll slow them down some. And there's Zekleon, which of course, massive production for some reason. I gotta seriously figure out, is there any way I can get 70 production too? Apparently not. Best I can do, from the looks of it, is only 41. I really gotta know what the hell they're doing. to get so much production, because that's frustrating. But I'm gonna try and strive through this somehow. But if the situation with the Saiyans are any indication, and the Kry'klons, then I'm gonna be sandwiched between two races. So yeah, I am very likely gonna need to start improvising. But let me grab what territory I can before the Krynn get wiped out completely from the game. Because I am on good relations with the Kry'klon, so I should be okay for a time being. I just need as much passive influence, so that way it keeps my plans from getting culture flipped too quickly. We have shared borders and they want to conquer the galaxy. We did have a common enemy, so it did build up relations some, but they're eventually... Wait, what happened to the shipyard? I know they have no plans there, but you figure the shipyard wouldn't have died, instantly been sacrificed, cause hell, that wasn't the case when I took Sala in my last campaign. The shipyard was there constantly building ships because they were Russian, I think. Nonetheless, how many turns do I have? Quite a few, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6 turns, so I need to stall. Stall the best I can. And of course with these star bases here, I can't really deploy the best, so... Move everything up, try and get my mobile wall going. And when they try to go around, I just back up and cock block some more, I guess. Sorry, Kry'klons, I'm gonna try and get that world, but I am gonna need... They are mobilizing Fireflies. I need my Raider. The Raider is capable enough of fighting them with its missiles, but they're also small type ships, so it's not going to be enough. And again, not enough production, so how am I going to be able to fight them? Unless I can garrison a planet, really. That's like my best option. Is trying to garrison a planet in a way that they can't get enough ships to... because of logistics limits. They can only get like... Well, let's see. 3 logistics each, and I saw them with like 4 Fireflies in weight. And a transport ship, so they easily have 15 logistics, if not 20. So, that's going to be tricky. Either way, I'll think about it as we go. I'm going to probably have to assign a small scale ship that can at least handle a lot of missile weaponry to fight them off. Because lasers are definitely not going to do it so long as they keep mobilizing Fireflies. And if they decide to mobilize, was it my Moths and Beetles, then I'm going to be in trouble. But somehow I suspect they're not going to do that. Unless the AI is smart enough to realize that I'm using missile weaponry. So with that said, I need more hull capacity to kind of increase the storage. And actually, what I'm going to do before relations go completely south is I'm going to try and trade. Let's see. Can I get anything useful here? Like manufacturing capacity. Extra accuracy is handy for missiles because they don't have full 100% accuracy. Improved logistics, and they already got particle beams. Wow. The Kry'klon are efficient. I don't know if I should be proud of my race or not, because it scares me a bit, but I don't need ship range, so I'm willing to give them the pollen. What else can I give them? I don't have the money. I could give them thulium, because I don't think that's going to be useful. Oh. I want to keep the Promethean for later on down the road. What else do I give them? Because giving them farms may not be a good idea. Let me give them diplomatic bonus. Although it's not enough, sadly. They're gonna need a lot from me, I guess. Okay, they're getting close, but I guess I'm gonna have to give them everything. Not quite. Come on, how do I get rid of this? Okay, I guess, let me just go to 0, I guess. What else can I give him? I don't want to... Maybe I should give him missile weaponry? Because I haven't designed a ship for this. So what can I get rid of? Let me get rid of another Promethean. Promethean was close. Let me try it again. Now can I get rid of Vesulium? No, that won't do. I'm just trying to find the sweet spot. Actually, can I trade for extra credits? Maybe that'll do it. I get the extra accuracy, which is important for my missiles. Logistics is always nice, because I'm going to get the mass too. Increased manufacturing. And hopefully I give them something that they can't utilize against me. Here's hoping. I'm really hoping. The most insulting way to lose this campaign if I were to get demolished by my own race. That would suck. Now I gotta figure out where the hell their ships are. Cause maybe they're not pushing for the plant. Then where is that transport ship going, I wonder? Unless there's another planet down here. Which, looking at the influence now, I want to say there's no other Krynn worlds besides this one I'm trying to conquer.